This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come pick it with you. You'll be my American boy. He said, hey sister, it's really, really nice to meet ya. I just met this 5'7" guy who's just my type. Like the way he's speaking, his confidence is peaking. Don't like his baggy jeans, but I'ma like what's underneath it. And no, I ain't been to MIA. I heard the Cali never rains and New York's wide awake. First let's see the West End, I'll show you to my bedroom. I'm liking this American boy, American boy. Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday.
Okay, so I went ahead and I razored it. As you can see, did not know it was ashy. Oof. Anyways, I went ahead and I razored it. As you can see, the ends are really jagged or textured, whatever you want to call it. What I do to make it nice and clean is sometimes I will go ahead and cut a straight line, you know, cut it into a nice crisp line, and then go ahead and go with my following rows for the next layers. Or when I'm completely done, I'll get clippers or edgers, either or, and I will just go straight across all the way down. But I'll show you that at the end of the video of exactly how I do that. That way it's not only a nice layered bob, but the ends are crisp as well. What I learned in cosmetology school is that you do not texturize before you cut. What you're going to do first is, I was taught that you cut first, make sure it's a nice cut line, and then you use your texturizers, your texturizing shears, to give it, you know, texture at the ends. Well, like I said before, to each his own. I find that the way that I like to do it, and the quicker way for me, even though, you know, this is sort of a long version of how to do a bob, but it comes out so beautifully, is to razor first. I do not like using scissors at all. I'm not even for the straight line. I use clippers for that. But if I absolutely have to use them, then I will. But what I like to do is razor the layers first and then clean it up as I'm, you know, as I'm flat ironing it, or as I'm styling it. But I will show you all of that later on in the video. So what we're going to do is the next 2 rows, 1, 2, I'm going to pull those down, and like this right here, the end of this hair is your guideline. So what we're going to do is, that's not even ½ an inch. We could go ½ an inch, but I really don't like the look that gives. But if you're just practicing, you could see what ½ an inch looks like. But you know, if you're just wanting to try to do it right this first time, which rarely happens, but I go about this much. It's not even half. It's not even ½ an inch. But this is the end. And keep in mind that you're going to be making this a crisp line. So do it like this, because it'll be like this. It'll be this short. And then we're going to go up this much to razor that next 2 rows. But I'm going to go ahead and shut the recording off and razor those 2 rows, and then, you know, you guys, I'll come back and I'll let you guys see. Okay, the line is pretty, the layer is pretty noticeable, thank goodness. So, just like I said, this was my guideline. This is your guideline. The piece that's stopping right there at the end of your neck. And then we're going, I guess it is about 1/2 inch. We're going about 1/2 inch up for that first layer. It looks blunt, but I promise you it's not blunt at all. That's the point of doing it with a razor. Oh my gosh, it gives it such a fine, it gives it such a fine look and great feel and beautiful movement as well. So what we're gonna do is, this is our guideline for the second layer. So for the third layer, the second is gonna be our guideline. So just like you went 1/2 inch up, for this one, we're going to go another inch, another 1/2 inch, I'm sorry. So, this is your guideline, the second row, and we're going to go up here. Okay, so, this right here is our guideline, that second layer, and then we're going to go up this much for our third layer, which is the same amount from first to second. So second to third. I hope you guys understand. I'm going to go ahead and shut the recording off because I can't hold my phone and razor this hair at the same time. I promise I'll do better in the future. But, you know, for my first video, it's kind of rough. So, yeah, first to second, second to third. And then I'll come back, and then from there, it'll be pictures. Okay, before we get to just pictures, first row, which will actually be cut up to here, so everything will be 1/2 inch away from each other. So, first row, second row, third row. It may sound a little confusing if I were just explaining it, but I think that, you know, actually doing this video and taking pictures of everything will actually help everybody out that that's beginners with doing razor bobs. Even in cosmetology school, I really didn't even I couldn't really understand their cutting methods and grabbing everything, and you know, I couldn't understand that. And then they don't teach you how to cut weave. So I actually learned all of that on my own. So actually cutting it this way is a lot easier, and I hope that you guys agree. So from here on, you know, to finish the back row, we're doing 1/2 inch, and then we're stopping. I'll come back to that. But we're going to stop, we're going to stop. So this is our first, second, third. We're going to stop 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We're going to stop on our 7th row. So we already have 3 done. We're going to go 4 more. And then I'll be coming back. Okay, so this is our finished product in the back. See how much movement that has? Oh, it's so great. But look, those are the layers. These are the layers. Don't they look great? And they'll look even better once we, you can either bump them, flat iron it, whatever you do after we're finished razoring it. I would recommend flat ironing it, whether you feather it, bump it under, flip it out, whatever you do, to give it a more, to polish it up and to finish it out. I would say I would recommend flat ironing it. So we are completely done with our back. It did not take me that long. When I was starting out, when I first tried this on my own, it took me quite a while, but I loved the finished look. I know that some people, like I said before, put all the hair in ponytail and cut the back. I don't like that. It gives it a choppy look to me. I don't care who it is. I don't, it's just my preference. And then there are some people that just razor all the way around. If you're an expert and, your bobs come out great with a lot of body and, it's not choppy and it looks good, whether you just wash your hair, you can get up and go. If the bob looks good with bed head and everything and you're razoring it just like that. If your bob can do all of that by you doing this, then, by all means, continue to do that. To each his own. To me, I like doing it layer by layer. It gives it a perfect look, perfect finish to me. And it's just perfect to me. So what we're going to do now is do this side. Not the side that has the swoop or the side swept bang. We're doing the opposite side. So let it all hang out and separate the back, because the back, that row right here, is our guideline all over again. So this is when we start doing our angle. You can make it drastic to where you razor like that, or you could make it, more casual to where we're just going like this. So drastic, casual. We're going for casual. And then we're doing 4 layers. Just, soft layers. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and separate it for you guys. Of course, I have to come back. I'll do pictures from here on out.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down.